Hey guys, what's up? Zombie here. Today I want to tell you a little bit about the last time I played D&D. So, I'm the dungeon master with our group. I'm DMing 3 games, and one of them couldn't come, so I was just doing basically a solo mission with one of them, so that we can kind of just have a side quest thing that's happening in the town that they're currently in at the moment, and then just I can give them extra loot and stuff like that during this, and everyone wins, so it's cool. So, what I was doing with this one is they were in kind of this small town that feels kind of like a John Wayne Western movie where you have the one main street, you have a lot of dirt around. This is on the outskirts of a forest. So, there's trees in the surrounding areas, a mountain past that. This is this is a bit south of the Sword Mountains. So, where it was happening, on the west coast of the Sword Coast, sorry. Yeah, where is happening? So this town is kind of like westernish, and then there's all these different shops going down the street. There's one guard. The guard is a dragonborn who has one arm and is kind of like the always glaring at everybody to keep everybody in check. So there's some interesting things that were happening with this. I can't tell the cause of an event that happened, but during all of this, he was at the weapons shop talking to the extremely sadistic gnome lady that created all the weapons in the shop and loves to talk about how everything can cut different people up in different ways, and it's so glorious. So this completely sadistic and hilarious gnome, he was having fun with that. He had a great time with that. I was talking about this special weapon that was in the window, or like in a window kind of box case. It's based on a book that he read. So, because he was telling me about a weapon that he saw in a book, so I kind of made the weapon into D&D. It's the Quellen. It's basically like a disc shooting crossbow. It was pretty cool. It was a nifty thing to look at and try and figure out how to make it work with this and how to improve on it. So we had some fun with that. So he's talking to the shop owner on that, and it cost way too much. So he's like, "Okay, thank you. I'll see if I can figure out a way to save up that much," and he leaves. And then after a little while, he goes to some of the shadier areas of town, talks to a thief. They go over there, and he nat 20s the lock, so the lock just falls off. I had it as like a DC 18 because it was the shopkeeper's lock. So he steals everything in the store, or a lot of things in the store, makes it look kind of like a break-in because there was a distraction going on outside. I had a world event going at the same time where something flew overhead, and he doesn't know what it is yet. But then zombies start crawling up out of the ground and attacking people. So while that was happening, instead of helping, he just sneaks into the shop, steals that, and then leaves. And then hides that, and then goes to help. So no one's to the wiser because all the townspeople are outside looking at what this is. The weapons shopkeeper takes weapons and goes out and helps, even though she completely fails every single attack roll. He ends up using a weapon that he bought over there earlier, and like an ice sword, like a sword of frost, and we like Mortal Kombat deaths. So every time he would go for the final blow on an enemy, one of the zombies, he would stab it from the top, and its eyes would freeze out and pop. So he was having fun with that. So that was an interesting part. But what really got me laughing, or at least what really entertained me, was his solution to not pay the person that he hired to help him steal the weapon. So later on, the guy found him was saying, "Hey, do you have my money?" He's like, "Yeah, I have it. Come on, let's go get it." So he follows him, and he aced the persuasion check. And then he takes the person into the shop. So, a little backstory on this. The shopkeeper told him that someone's took the weapon because he went back in to see if he could get a discount, even though he already stole it. So with this deception check, he aced it, all that. And then the shopkeeper said, "Someone took it. If you can find anything on it, maybe we can give you some kind of reward." So he said, "Okay, I'll tell you if I find out anything on the person who took your weapon." So he took that guy later back to the shop and said, "I found the person." So the shopkeeper basically ensnared him so he can't move. The other thief And then he's like, okay, this is the person. I don't know what he did with the weapon, but I'll do my best to find out, even though he already has it. So the shopkeeper thanks him and with a big grin on her face and tells him to go ahead and pick any weapon from the wall. He does. Yep, that's a nice blazing sword, so he gets to do fire damage now, which is fun because I like enchanted weapons and he has a fun time with it. So, and then as he walked out, he heard the fingers of the gnome snap, and then there's an illusion magic cast on the shop. So when you look back, he doesn't hear anything and he doesn't see anybody in the shop through the door. So interrogation's going to be happening. But yeah, every deception check. Also, the deception check on when he brought the person over to the shop. I think he nat 20'd that. So he aced every major check that he was going for, and I just rolled with it because he kept acing the rolls. I mean, I leave it up to the rolls. So he aced that. He got the weapon by the end of the day. He also managed to steal blueprints for the expansions to the weapon that weren't ready yet, because he opened the lockbox, no problem. He blasted past the DC 18. So he had fun with that. He got to kill a bunch of zombies. Tiny bit more story unfolded, but not enough to where it would really affect much without the other person being there. Just a tiny bit of stuff happened that kind of just goes, oh, there's bad things in the world, you know? So now they are reconvening and about to leave the town. Oh yeah, there was also an animal fight between a dire wolf and a two-headed dog beast thing. I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, I actually have an interesting kind of method for doing beast fights, so you don't have to worry about stats or different health rolls. Basically, what I did was it's out of 5, best out of 5, and just roll. Whoever gets the higher strength check roll out of 5 times wins. Like if you get 3 out of 5, that beast won. I had a side A and a side B, and he made bets on side B, which was the dire wolf. So that one won. So we had a fun time with that. I just brought the dice out so he could see the rolls in that to make sure I wasn't cheating him on the bet. I was like, okay, this dice is for this one, this dice is for this one. I just rolled it, and he had a good time with that. So just a few more mechanics you can just have fun with, because you don't have to go to the exact rules every time. You can kind of make things up and just roll with it. It's fun. And I get to throw in zombies because zombies are cool, and they are canon in this world, especially with certain demons. Anyways, thanks guys for watching. I just kind of wanted to tell you what happened with the last time we played. It took about 3 hours to go through the story. It was a good time. We had a blast. We had a few beers. We had pretzels. I didn't make much on snacks. Next time I think I'll get pizza because it's awesome. Anyway, see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.